Hello, hello, hello. I'm just trying to get this IG together. Girl, Instagram is a mess. It never lets me get my life. I never can go double duty on these hoes. No shade. Yeah? I gotta figure out what the tea is. Hello, 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 ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Coach Anwar. I am a dating coach for Black and brown women. And yeah, I am here because I want to help y'all level up in your love lives. Yeah? So, with that said, here's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to kiki. We're going to talk some ish. We're going to, yes, they call me the fairy godbrother, and I love that name. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of dust. It's going to be a little bit different than sprinkle, sprinkle. It'll be my own sprinkle, sprinkle. It'll be my sprankle, sprankle. Yeah? And I will answer any questions as they relate to love, dating, relationships, and men or women. We are quite inclusive here. So, put your questions in the chat and I will answer them in the order that I see them. Yeah? IG is messing up, so I don't know what's going on. I'm going to exit and then come back. So yeah, put your questions in the chat and then I will answer them in the order that I see them. Okay? How does that sound, ladies? I hope it sounds good. Yeah? All right, let me see what the girls are talking about. And by the way, if you want to learn more about what I do, definitely go to the link in my bio and you'll learn. Sorry, honey, I'm trying to do too many things at once and my brain is going haywire. So I have a link to book a consultation call with me if you want to work with me professionally. I also have a link to my podcast. I just actually published a podcast that I did a couple of years ago called Which Girl Are You? I did a mini video about this last week, but this podcast actually expands upon the idea. So definitely go to Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts and check that episode out and follow, subscribe to the podcast. That helps a lot, and review it. If it's a positive review, girl, we don't want shadiness. And yeah, and I also have free trainings. Yeah, so definitely get onto the free training on any and all of those lists so that you can get free dating advice from me. Yeah, because I'm here, as many of you already know, to serve and to offer new and different perspectives as it pertains to dating, because I want you all to win at the end of the day. I want you all to be dating differently so that you're getting a different result. And dating can be really difficult and complicated. And my intention is to make it so that it is, you gain clarity within yourself. Okay? All right. So let's see what y'all are talking about. Hello, Santorini, 305 Diva. Hello, Nazira, Nash, Aylin, Izzy. Hey, Chanel. Hey, Alina. Hey, Corey, Tiff, Britt. Hello, Lioness J. She said, fairy godbrother. Yes, I am here, honey. I am here. Everyone put your questions in the chat, and I'm going to answer them in the order that I see them. Kay said, Amor, we love you. Love you, too. Thank you so much for all of the support and love. I really do feel it. And keep it coming, honey. Keep it coming. Now, let me know where y'all are coming from. Yeah? What city, what state, what country, and what y'all are given. Yeah? This is a roll call. I wanna hear from the Black girls. I wanna hear from the Latina girls. I wanna hear from the Asian girls. I wanna hear from the white girls. I wanna hear from my Indian, Middle Eastern, Muslim, Arab girls. I wanna hear from my African girls. I want y'all to be representing, honey. What are y'all giving tonight? That's what I want to know. Yeah. And if there's anything that I say on this live that resonates with you, tap, double tap, triple tap the screen, like. Also, so that I know if there are certain subjects and topics that I need to do full-on videos about. Because these lives actually help me to understand what topics I should talk about. Like the video that I did today, all about getting with corny men. I got that from my last live. So I did a video about it. Yeah. Okay, let me see. J. Marie said, what are your thoughts on men who lie about their height? I mean, is he saying he's 6'1" and he's 5'8"? Or is he saying he's 6 feet and he's 5'10"? A lot of people will give small little lies on their profile because they'll get different response rates. So if I'm 5'10" and I put 6 feet in my profile, I'll probably get 20-25% more likes or matches. If I am 50 years old or older, I will only see 50 and 60 and 70-year-olds. But if I put 48, 49, you'll also get to see 40-year-olds. So there are little white lies that happen on apps that actually gain more, responses. And so I think if it depends on those sorts of thresholds, I'm not tripping about it too much. But if it's other things, then it would give me pause. Queen Vibe said, how to meet men besides the apps. Girl, they're everywhere, unfortunately. So one of the things that I think is important, I always tell women that you want to go to 2 places a week. One place that you're going to regularly go to where everybody knows your name. I call it your cheers point. Whether that's the gym, whether that's a happy hour at a bar near your work, wherever it may be. And then you want to go to a new or different place every week to diversify, right? There are people that are meeting guys on singles events, right? So that's another kind of more intentional place for you to meet guys. But girl, they're everywhere. What kind of guy do you like, right? One of the things that we do in my program is help my clients understand their flirt style and then align the places that they need to go based on their flirt style, yeah? Tati said, does it make me a bad person if I don't want a prenup? No, girl. I do think that prenups can protect you if you set them up well, though. And my whole thing is around making sure that women are very protected in dating, love, relationships. Yeah. Whitney said, thoughts on Black women and Asian men as a match. I think it's a great match. I just think that culturally and the families can often get in the way. That's why you don't hear me talk a lot about like Indian men or Korean men, because girl, those families stick in the muds, no shade. Yeah. And they aren't as open or tolerant as we would like to think. And sometimes some of these men are so influenced by their family that they can't even think for themselves. Guadalupe said, you are the best. I love your content. Thank you so much. Chanel said, what are the best careers for men? Well, I will tell you what careers I don't like. Police officers, surgeons, pilots, firefighters, military. Those careers are lawyers, pastors. Those careers can give a man a God complex, and he will often bring that God complex to the household, right, to the relationship, which can make it a very toxic dynamic. Yeah. What careers do I like? I like engineers. I like blue collar, like plumbers, HVAC technicians. I like accountants. Yeah. Missy Boss said, I'm in Connecticut. Do I have to move to find a man? No, not necessarily. I just think it's important for you to probably put your radius on like a big radius. I want you getting to Boston. I also want you basically getting to New York as well. Brianna said, he asked me to be his girlfriend 4 weeks in, even when I said I wanted more time. Well, you get to set that boundary with him, and if he doesn't respect it, you need to go. I think that we should be making that decision minimum at 8 weeks. Yeah. Izzy said, is texting constantly before the first official date bad? No, not necessarily. But I think if it's not feeling good for you, then you need to set a boundary and let him know, hey, I'm really busy right now, but I'm looking forward to connecting with you on Saturday. And going from there. Lord's little one said, how to gracefully get out of a 4-year relationship without drama. Well, I can't. The thing about it is we can't control what other people are going to do, right? That like even if you said the perfect thing, did the perfect thing, depending on that person's mood for the day or just their mental place, they may not take it well. Your job is to set the boundary though, right? I think it's important to either do it over the phone or do it in a public place. A lot of women feel this like passive pressure to do it in person because of the time and the history and things like that, and they never want to be that guy on Sex and the City who like broke up with Carrie on a post-it note. But you have to think about your safety first and foremost. The police departments have a whole like high pile of what they call passions of crime, which essentially means that men freak the fuck out and like go ballistic when you break up with them, and especially in a private place like a home, right? So I would suggest not doing that. That if you're going to do it and you feel inclined to do it in public. Girl, do it in the middle of an In-N-Out, in a McDonald's, at a Starbucks, a place that's busy with a lot of people all the time. Fab said, how do we get men to lead the conversation, especially on dating apps? We don't make men do anything. They either have it or they don't. And if they're not asking you a question, move on. Move on. Linda said, is it normal to go through a phase where we don't care for men? Yes, girl. It's super normal. And if you don't have it, then you're not going through all of the different stages, girl. You have to get to a point where so here's how it goes. It's like you really are into guys, and then you, because of some of the experience that you have with them, you like really are like so hardened by them that you don't like them. And then you get to a point where you've been so hurt by them that you can be scared of them. And my job as a dating coach is, if you're in the hardened place, to soften you up and to find trust within yourself. And also, if you're in the hurt place, to find safety within yourself and to help to understand men a little bit differently, right? But yes, it's a very normal process and part of the dating journey. Arista said, hi, coach. I was wondering on dating apps, perhaps Hinge, after you guys match, should the guy text first? It can happen either way, right? I guess the question that you have to ask yourself is, if I never saw this profile again, would I be kicking myself in the butt because I didn't say hi? And if the answer is yes, then reach out. Candy said, hey, Anwar, how do you meet a man on your level and can treat you accordingly? Love your videos. Thank you. Well, I guess the question is, what is your level, girl? Jenny said, how do you bring up the what are we conversation, what not to do? Well, you don't ask what are we, because then you're putting it in his court and in his hands, and he's being the judge and the jury here. No. If you're ready to be exclusive with him, then you let him know where you're at and see if he's where you're at. And if he's not, then you go. But you got to be ready to go. So don't bring up that conversation unless you are ready to leave if the answer is, I'm 10 toes deep in this. Kay said, thoughts on men who's trying their best, giving their all is bare minimum to you. Girl, if he's at 100% and it's at your 20%, there's no way that you're going to get your feelings fully met. I don't care if he's trying his best. There are a lot of students out there that are trying their best and still getting D's. We only deal with A students here. Do you hear me? It's not enough. And you get to let him know that it's not going to work for you, unfortunately, and that you get to wish him the best of luck. S23 said, do Asians get attached quickly? How do they show they like a girl? Here's the thing. This isn't just like specific to Asian women or men. I think it's like just your emotional availability. So if you're a hard girl, if you're someone who tries to be like stone cold and not have emotions, you're gonna fall the hardest. Yeah, and if that's been your experience, girl, put it in the chat, girl, because I know that like the people that are really hard on the exterior and not showing emotions are actually very soft on the inside. This was very true in Germany and some of those other colder cultures, and it's the same with Asian culture. At least this has been my experience, right? And so if you're able to penetrate that like exterior layer with just simple like exposure and like communication and connection, then they can get attached pretty quickly. How do they show they like a girl? They'll just be hanging around you. Like you won't be able to get rid of them. They'll always just be around. Yeah. Miss Kingwood said, blind date with engineer, what to wear, dress or pants? Well, first, I think that you should have a phone date with him to even see if you guys if you like him and you want to get to know more of him. I would say never go on a blind date if you haven't don't go on a date unless you've had a phone date with them. You would be surprised what you learn on that phone date, which will save you a lot of heartache and pain. Yeah. Victoria said, Coach Anwar, can you reiterate why we should date the corny guys? Because they're the best. Because you got to be corny to be a great husband. Corny guys are actually true romantics. Corny guys make the best dads. You got to be corny to be a good dad. Yeah? Corny guys are the guys that are like, that allow you to be the superstar instead of having to be on the background. They support you and your goals, and they want you to be the best. That's why, like, anytime my clients say, oh my God, he's so corny, I'm like, bitch, no shade, that's your husband. Girl, put that butter on that corn, girl, and go to the movies. Live happily ever after. You hear me? That's why in the last 3 days, I've had 3 of my clients get into relationships, exclusive, committed, healthy relationships. One of my clients move in with her guy, and another client who's been in a relationship for a while get to the I love you stage. Right? And they're very happy. BTW. Yeah? .1055 said, why do some guys not call after the first date? Is it day or date? I don't understand. Big Michi said, what's the name of the podcast? It's called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. Check it out. 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 Serenity said, how do you know if the guy is on the DL because his energy is giving that? As someone who is embarrassed to say, but, you know, we're all family here, I have dealt with a number of DL men. DL men are actually really homophobic. So if he's homophobic, then he's probably on the DL. If he is talking about gay stuff a lot, like if he's talking about trans people in sports, if he's talking about Dwayne Wade's daughter, right? If he's talking about Diddy and all his gayness, yeah? He's too interested in that shit. Like, secure straight guys, they're not talking about gay dudes or gay shit. They're just, like, living their lives because that's, like, a non-motherfucking factor. right? The other thing that you can do, Serena, which I think is really important, which I've had to do for many of my girlfriends, is you got to bring a gay best friend around and see how he reacts to that. If he's looking at him a lot, if his feet are pointed toward him, it means that his interest is toward the gayness. That's how I always knew that I could get a guy. If his feet were pointing toward me, I already knew that I had him. That's why I could always pick out with severe accuracy, like who was gay, who was not, or who was checking for me and who was not. You know? Tati said, does it make me a bad person if I don't want a prenup? He has money. Oh, I've already answered that question. Mary said, what app would you recommend? I'm so tired of... What are you tired of exactly? Date apps right now, it's a really personalized experience. So it's going to depend on your age, your race, your skin tone, your size, your location for me to give great recommendations. And I generally do that for my clients now. It's a bit more complicated and tricky this year, so it requires a bit more analysis. Laura said, love your content. Unfortunately, I'm giving up on dating. You get to. Yeah? Please do. Like, it's hard out there. And if you're not in it to win it, if you want to half-ass in dating, you're not going to get results, and it is going to be a waste of time because you're not going to learn anything, because the energy that you're putting out into dating is not going to be one that is going to be receptive. So if you are stank right now, and I mean this with love and respect, don't date. Take a break. Elle said she looks good in green. Thank you, honey. I'm giving green because I love Irishmen, and it attracts them, girl. Nadia, thank you so much for the rose. Kiki said, where do I meet spiritual men who meditate and work with crystals? Girl, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Girl, go to like different like festivals, concerts. Yeah. Yoga, retreats, cults. Ray said, would you say it's wrong to leave at the first red flags? Well, I'm someone who doesn't necessarily talk in red flags or green flags. It's really about how you feel. And I guess the question that you have to ask yourself is, generally what I say is, on a scale from 0 to 10, how serious of a quote-unquote flag is this? If it is like, let's say a 7 or above, yeah, you should go immediately. If it's anything lower than that, then I would set a boundary. Yeah, girl, I said cults. What of it? While I'm scrolling up, if you are interested in working with me, definitely book a consultation call, and we'll see if it's a good fit so I can help you get your guy in the next year. Yeah, because the girls are doing, I have 2 ladies, one in Atlanta and the other one in LA, that are about to have their exclusivity conversation, and following my 6-point framework in terms of how to handle that conversation so that they can get their guy. Because that's what we're doing in this program, honey. Yeah. Jessie said, advice for lover girls dealing with scarcity mindset. So you can work on those things outside of your dating life. So one of the things that I would say is give yourself a weekly treat. Which means that like a treat is something that's different than a reward. A treat is something that you give yourself because you want it and you want to pleasure. You want self-pleasure. A reward is, I've done something, so I get a reward because I've done something. A treat is, I'm getting it because it pleases me. So treats are important because oftentimes, not all of the time, but oftentimes it requires spending money on you. A lot of our scarcity mindset comes from our money wounds, and especially if you are someone of color or someone who grew up, without a lot of money, you might have a scarcity mindset because you didn't have a lot of money, so everything was scarce, right? And so this is about doing the things that you want to do, and kind of being like audacious about it. So for example, I'll give you an example. For spring break, like I was like, oh, I really want to leave. I really want to go to the Caribbean or Mexico for spring break. And then the flights started getting more and more expensive. And then like the morning of, I was like, I want to go to Cancun. And I did it. And I took my family. And I'm sharing this with you is because it's interesting what happens when you lean into the things that you want. You actually get a lot of different things coming. So like on the way there, I had the Washington Post contact me. And I had a whole article on me in the Washington Post, right? And I gained 2 new clients like that day, which literally paid for the flight. So it's like doing those things that you would tell yourself no and telling yourself yes that will help you kind of get out of that scarcity mindset. Heart emoji said, why do they always become inconsistent after a couple of dates? Well, I don't know the why exactly because it can be a number of different reasons, but a lot of people are just inconsistent anyway. So please understand, like, just because you have a second date with a guy doesn't mean that the third date is promised. Like, in my data, I've been a dating coach for 14 years. It roughly looks like a third of the time you'll have a third date. A lot of the times what happens is they're not feeling sexual or physical chemistry, and more importantly, we haven't made some of those emotional bonds. One of the things that I do in my program is I have what I call the Get Your Guy dating process, where I teach my clients date 1, date 2, date 3, what kind of dates they should be, why they should be that way, what things you need to do on the dates to connect and align with the male psyche to move toward kind of exclusivity, commitment, and all of those things. Yeah. Goddess said, hey love, how do you reject him for intimacy when it's too early in the dating stages? We let him know, although I'm really attracted to you, I actually don't, I'm not intimate with anyone that I'm not in a full-fledged committed relationship with. That's my boundary. And I appreciate you respecting that boundary. Tamara said, that's true in my opinion. My corny guy is all of that. Yep. Corny guy's where it's at, honey. Get into it. Get into it. Tanaya said, thoughts on a Japanese man who is persistent. Girl, get into it. But the gag is you need to understand that some of these Japanese men are kinkai. You hear me? Kinkai, girl. So sometimes you got to be ready for it. Yeah. Twa said, my best friend said he wants to date me months after turning me down. What should I do? A lot of the times they will do that, not because they don't like you, but because they don't want to ruin the actual friendship that you have. So before you date him, you need to gain clarity in terms of why he turned you down. And if the answer is, I didn't want us to ruin this relationship, but then my feelings for you grew, move forward. If it's, I wasn't feeling it at that time, don't date him. Breezy said, who says I love you first? The thing about it, and thank you all so much for the 20,000 likes, I appreciate it. If there's anything that has resonated with you, definitely tap the screen, double tap, triple tap. Most of the time, women will be the ones that will move the relationship along. Because you all are the emotional leaders and you set the pace of all of your relationships. So more times than not, I would say roughly 70-ish% of the time, women will say, I love you first. Women will bring up marriage and engagement and potentially moving in and having children Forget what you see on social media with all of these clips of these guys surprising the proposal and things like that. Please understand they probably had 3 to 5 different conversations about that. Calpay said, I feel like all guys cheat. The latest research that I've seen around cheating is that roughly that percentage is anywhere from 20 to 25%. But obviously the data is biased because it's self-reporting. So I would actually probably double that. So I think that the data is probably closer to 40 to 50% of guys cheat. And the data showed that it was a significant difference between black and brown men versus white men, that black and brown men cheated more. Mariah said, I've been watching your videos like crazy. Thank you, girl. You're the one that's racking up all these views, girl. Appreciate it. Tia Baby said, best way to answer the what are you looking for question from men. Girl, you want to tell them everything and nothing at the same time. Because you don't want to give them the recipe to make you fall in love with them because you don't know them. A lot of the girls will be like, oh my God, I love flowers. I'm looking for a guy that's really emotional. And then they'll just check off the boxes because they want to hook up with you. You want to just let them know, hey, you know, I'm really looking to get to know people, connect with them, learn about myself in this process, and hopefully it'll lead to a long-term relationship. Yeah. So yeah, I gave a very broad overview and go from there. Asia said, should I approach guys first? No one seems to approach me in person, and I know I ain't ugly. Being approached has actually less to do with your appearance than you would think. That's why, like, most of us will get approached when we're looking a hot-ass mess. Actually, you'll get more approached if you look a mess, right? Why? Because men will approach you because they think that you're an easier target, that you look like weaker prey, that he won't be rejected by, right? Most guys are not approaching women in the same way that they used to. The approach rate is roughly a third of what it used to be, based on, you know, we're in a post-Me Too environment, we're post-pandemic. Like, there's a lot of different relationships with space between people now, right? So I'm sharing this with you so that you think, oh, it's not just you, it's actually a cultural thing that has happened. Should you approach a guy first? No, I don't think so. I don't think that you should walk up to some guy in your pimp walk and go, hey, baby, right? But I do think that we can position ourselves close to guys and start conversations, right? Give them a compliment, ask them for help, ask for a recommendation. Janice Journey said, you give great advice, thanks. I may start dating again. Good, 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 good. Natalie said, I'm seeing a Nigerian man. And he has moments where he calls me auntie. He started by calling me bougie. Okay. And? I don't know, girl. I don't know. These names actually are creating distance between you and him. Yeah. Anyone that has been with a Nigerian man, let's help our sister Natalie Gaza out. What are the nicknames that they get? Nigerians will always give you a pet name. But put the pet names in the chat so that you understand exactly the difference between your pet names and theirs. Yeah? By the way, pet names are like one of the things that most love bombers will do, especially earlier on in the courtship process. baby, wife, darling, fine girl, mama, my wife, baby, dear, babe. Don't let them call you auntie. He's called you old girl. Yeah? Yes, honey. Get Out Part 2. That's the tea. That's the tea. P said, I'm a black woman. Where can I find the ginger white guys? Girl, this is true tea. Go to Ireland, specifically Dublin, specifically northern Dublin. That's where most of them are. Now, you know that they are, as white as this mouse. So most of them actually will not come out in the daytime. So you have to, they're like vampires, girl. So you're going to have to find them in the nighttime. That's why you haven't found them. Girl, roam in the nighttime, girl. That's how you're going to find them. Northern Dublin. Thank me later. When you have those red-headed, light-skinned babies, girl, name one of them after me. Hella said, so funny how I'm obsessed with him now, but I don't text. Okay? Ezekiel said, we broke up because he thought he couldn't juggle a career and relationship anymore. Is that valid? 100%. Men self-actualize through their career. So when he says he can't do it, it's because he's not in a place in his career where he feels self-actualized and that he could actually provide for a future family. And he's going to need all of his testosterone to get to that next level, to that promotion. And he can't do that and be the best boyfriend for you because he knows that he's not going to be a great boyfriend, and then it's also going to affect his promotion, and then he's going to feel like a failure in both places, and he wants to be and feel like a winner. Very valid. CDL said, you are so great and I always learn from you. Also, I want my teeth as white as yours. Girl, go to my dentist. Get the same veneers I did, girl. Yes, said, guy I'm seeing long distance for 3 months now said he wants me to move to him so we can be exclusive. You guys are going to have exclusivity before one moves to one another. I wouldn't ask for, I don't think that you should have, one should be moving to another one for at least a year. Yeah. Major said, why does a man cheat on his girl but stay with her even if he's unhappy? So cheating actually doesn't have a lot to do with the partner. It actually has to do with one's own self-concept and unhappiness in life. So like, for example, if a man is poor, if a man is not where he's at in his career, if a man feels like he has no options, he's going to cheat because he wants to empower himself. He wants to feel powerful, right? Now, if a woman emasculates him, he will also cheat, right? But that actually happens less so than some of the other things that happen in his life. Yeah. So he stays because the cheating doesn't have much to do with her. Yeah. And he will stay with her even if he's unhappy because he would rather have the emotional support, the sex, the attention, the ego boost of being with her than being alone. Yeah. Yes. And Needham said he posts his lives on his YouTube too. Yeah, so all my lives, all my videos, different clips from my lives, they're all on my YouTube. I have like 1,400 videos on YouTube. I just started doing it about 6 months ago. I think I already have like 10,000 subscribers, which is amazing. So please subscribe there too. I think the link is in my bio is for that. If you want to learn how to work with me more privately, definitely click the link in my bio to book a consultation call, and we'll figure out if it's a good fit and if I can help you and if you're coachable. right? And thank you all so much for the almost 36,000 likes. Appreciate it. Hearts. B&W said, Amber, your wisdom is unmatched. Thank you, girl. How can you tell if he's serious about you? He'll plan a date once a week, at least. He will reach out to you on a frequent basis. Doesn't have to be every day, but at least every other day. He'll start sharing with you his feelings. That's the difference between getting friend zoned and being put in on the more relationship path. Most guys, the way that they kind of bond with their guy friends is that they'll do everything with them. We'll play video games together. We'll, play basketball together. That's how they bond. But if they are truly bonding with you in a romantic way, they will also share their feelings with you. So I look for that. I also look for, is he calling you right after work? Because that means that you are the first person he wants to talk to about his day. And if you, by any chance, hook up with him, are you guys having conversations after you hook up, after you're intimate? Or is it just bam, bam, all right, I'm out? MYK said, can you make a video about how dating is almost exclusively a third space reserved for online? Well, I don't know if I'm going to make a video about that, but I think that is a really great observation. Yeah. Zaynak said, what does it mean when he doesn't invite you to a friend's party or family parties over the years? Well, if it's over years, girl, it means that he's hiding you. It means that he probably, if a guy is in love with you, he's going to show you off to everybody. Online, offline, friends, family, work, wherever. It either means that, or it means that his friends and family don't like you. I'm sorry to say that, but I think you come here because you want the tea. If you have been with him over the years and you're not married to him, then he probably doesn't want to marry you. I want to let you know that. Most of the guys that are serious about women are either engaged or married within 2 years. Memorable says, what does it mean when he says he's sure about you? Girl, it means that he's not sure about you. Guys that are sure about you don't have to say that, don't need to say that, will live it. Yeah. Shai Kenya said, I experienced a black cat and golden retriever scenario, but I did too much. Will he come back? Probably not. Golden retrievers are very sensitive, so if you deeply hurt them, they don't come back. The Edified Beauty said, regarding a video of yours yesterday, how do you create a different dating brand for yourself? You have to heal. That's what we do in my programs, right? We create a new and different identity, which is really the true essence of who you are. And we heal based on coming from a place of more acceptance and open-mindedness versus judgment. This is about feeling versus thinking. This is about feminine energy versus masculine energy, right? And really balancing that. Toshina said, first time dating outside of my race with an Asian man. Advice? You're gonna want to see how he can protect you on your dates, um, between your dates, because his level of protection, his level of observation are going to be important in terms of if he's going to make your life easier. You know, as a woman of color, as a black woman specifically, you're going to go through many micro and macro aggressions, and he's going to need to be able to protect you from some, if not most of them. Yeah. Also, his family's going to probably be a bit funky, so he's going to need to protect you from them. And he's going to need to have the wherewithal to be able to choose you and exalt you over anybody else, right? So we also have to kind of analyze, does he adore you? Yeah, hope that's helpful. Kevlani said, I live for your advice, Grawl. Thank you, Grawl. Maya said, I have a question. He calls me every day and we talk for hours. Girl, don't talk for hours with a guy on the phone. And don't talk to them on the phone every day unless he's your actual man. You're playing slumber party here, and this is going to flame out. This is for everybody who does this. I would never talk to a guy for more than an hour on the phone. If he wants to talk to you more, then he can take you out, and you guys can talk then. You're going to get into a pen pal texting and phone purgatory situation. And those are the worst. Tammy said, should you ever take back a cheater? I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because most guys that cheat, if the roles were reversed and you had cheated on him, he would always be like paranoid because he would want to cheat back to gain power. And so when you take back a cheater, he's going to be paranoid and he's always going to be thinking that you're going to cheat back to get your lick back. And the trust will have been so low that the foundation of a healthy relationship will not be there. Everything. Laya said, how to date in the Bay Area as a black woman. So most of my clients have gotten their guys actually a bit south of the Bay Area. Yeah, a lot of the girls, they'll date in Oakland, they'll date in San Francisco. No, girl, go to the South Bay. Get you an engineer near San Jose, near Silicon Valley, girl. That's the tea. My ladies in my program, they're getting with German, Russian, Ukrainian engineers, girl. Yeah. Janta said the HBCUs are not giving any promising prospects. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. If I were a young black girl and I wanted to go to an HBCU, I would go to Spelman. This is what I would do. I would go to Spelman and I would find a really dorky but cute guy that is studying like engineering, biology, chemistry, and get with him freshman year and be set. A lot of the girls at the HBCUs, they're going for the promoter boys, the players, and then they're getting their feelings hurt because he's fine or he's lighter skinned and he's playing all the girls, and then a lot of these other guys who are really great guys who studied hard to get into a great school get passed over and looked at as little boys, as their little brothers, when in reality, honey, that testosterone's gonna kick in, and he's 5'9", if he's 5'8", 5'9" now, girl, senior year, he's 6'1". Like, what the hell? Catch that tea, girl. But you don't hear me, though. You don't hear me, though. That's how you need to do it, though, girl. Neek to Geek said, a lot of my Spelman sisters are married. Because that's what they do, girl. That's what they do. That's what I would do. Yeah. And I would not go to a Q party. Catch it. But that's how you do. You catch it freshman year, girl. You find yourself and you find a cute little boy, right? Who might be wearing glasses but might get LASIK junior year, girl. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me see. Kyra said, why would he ask for my hair tied to keep? Girl, he doing witchcraft, girl. He's doing that Wizardly and Waverly Place shit, girl. Don't give it to him, girl. He's trying to create a soul tie with a hair tie. And that ain't the tea. Georgette said, does it mean anything if he's driving 2 hours to see me for our first date? Yeah, it means that he's courting you. That's what he should be doing. Don't give him extra points because he's doing what he should be doing. Darling said, is going for ice cream a good idea for the first date? Yes, it is. Now, I am someone who lived in Italy for a while, and the thing about Italy is that when an Italian man says he wants to take you out for gelato, it means he wants to. T3 said, would it be bad if I ghost someone I have been talking to for a while but haven't seen in years? No, don't ghost them. Just let them know that you're not interested anymore. You're not feeling a connection. Duchess said, not talking every day isn't a red flag. No, it's not. Not unless he's your boyfriend. He doesn't owe that of you. Yeah? We cannot be entitled to think that we should get boyfriend benefits if he's not your boyfriend. It's nice if they do that. It's not a requirement, though. And I know a lot of women would hate to hear that, especially if they have certain maybe codependency or attachments where they feel like they need to have that. That's the truth, though. Eclectic Art by Chris said, no offense, dating stinks. Girl, no offense taken. I'm not dating. I'm a dating coach. I know that a lot of it stinks. That's why I'm a coach, to help navigate the whole dating scene for so many of my clients. Ina Banana said, do Mexican guys like black women? Don't they ever, girl. They like black women as much as they like Corona. Slurp you right up, girl. But the gag is, the Mexican guys, they're not into the lighter skin girls. They like the curvier, like medium, darker skin women. That's been my experience. Or more specifically, the curvier girls, for sure. I was just thinking about a client that got with a Mexican guy. She wasn't like medium or darker. But they love the curvies, girl. If you're a curvy girl, you got to be dating the black men, the Latin men, girl. Those tall gamers, girl. Date them too, girl. And also the bodybuilders, the big guys. Those guys are into plus-size, curvier women, for sure. Michaela said, I'm a black woman interested in a white man. How do I get him to know without directly shooting my shot? Sometimes you're going to have to be direct with some of these white boys. Because the white guys don't think that you like them. Because so many black women are just hyper-focused on black men and have this dying loyalty to them that they just think, oh, she's a black woman, so she's just into black men, that's it. Because 90% of the marriages are with black men. So you're going to have to let it be well known that you're into him. mad eye contact, mad smiling. You're going to have conversations with him, right? And if you don't know if he likes you, check his feet. If his feet are pointing toward you, it means that he likes you. A white man that's interested in you will have just like a normal conversation with you, and you'll think that he's just being a nice guy. No, it means that he's flirting with you and he likes you. If you're talking to a white guy for more than like 2 or 3 minutes, it's because he likes you. I say this with like mad love and respect, but like there's no reason that a white man needs to talk to us. And that's no shade, but I'm saying that to say, like, if he does, it means that he likes you, that he's interested. And catch that tea. Stephanie said, been on 3 dates in a month, but conversation's still pretty surface level, yet flirtatious. You, as a woman, you set the emotional depth of your relationship. So if it's surface, it's because you're still surface. You're going to have to get real. You're going to have to get vulnerable. And one of the things that I teach my clients is learning how to do that, especially if you're a woman of color. We're not brought up to, like, our feelings aren't necessarily welcomed or celebrated. And so oftentimes many of my clients, we have to learn how to be vulnerable. That's where the deep connection happens. But if you're not able to do that, you don't know how to do that, if you're scared of doing that, then it'll always stay flirtatious and surface level. Heather Mukasa said, dating in New Jersey and in STEM. The gag is, all my New Jersey girls, they generally get with guys that live in Queens. I don't know what it is. Queens or Long Island, girl. So be open to it. Don't shade it. I see I got a lot of Spelman sisters in here. My sister went to Spelman, so I'm a bit familiar with it. Adiyama said, I went for the football players, basketball players. I was dumb. Yeah, girl, don't do that, girl. Vashi said, I wish I heard this my freshman year. I know, girl, we were a hot mess freshman year. Just happy to get into school, girl. Someone said, what? You doing up so late? Girl, I don't know. It's about to be my bedtime in a little bit, girl. Cinderella realness. Yeah? I might have to go in about 15 minutes, honey, because when 12 o'clock happens, girl, that's when my messy side comes out. And I don't know if I want that, girl. I gotta keep it cute. Cute and mute. Let me see what y'all are talking about. She's Love said, what about the flat back girls? Girl, white. If you're skinty, it's white, girl. If you got oversized glasses, girl, it's white, girl. If you got that septum piercing, girl, it's white. If you got that jean jacket with the rolled up sleeves, it's white. If you got the new growth in your braids hair, girl, it's white. If you have your braids tucked behind your ears, girl, it's white. It's white. It's white. Yeah? That's your lane, girl. Whitey. It's all white. If you got that, girl, don't front. Don't front. Don't do it. If you're emo, girl, if you're alt, if you're giving heavy metal realness, girl, It's white. Don't do it. I'm not playing games with any of you all. If I said something that you are, if you check off 2 or 3 of those boxes, it's white. Don't look at anything less than white. Meaning darker, other colored. No, it's girl. You going, girl, straight to heaven, girl. All you see is white light. Yes, someone said hard wig. I don't necessarily think about it as hard wig, but you know those big curly wigs? It's white. Nothing else but white. You hear me? Yes, honey. Straight to the white light, girl. Someone said the locks. Locks with a combination of one of the things I said is white. Faux locks with the oversized glasses, white. That's why I keep on telling y'all need to date everybody. Because some of y'all dating these black guys, but your lane is really white. And you're doing yourself a disservice because you're trying to make fetch happen. You hear me? So, next year this time, half y'all should be pregnant, girl. And half y'all should be naming your children Anwar or Anwara. Yeah? And you're welcome. What? What? EJ said I'm 22 though. And what? Why not pregnant? Someone said Anwara is crazy. Why is it crazy, girl? It's a beautiful name. It has a feminine tone and ring to it. Someone said no more babies. Someone said, yeah, it's getting close to 12. Isn't it though, girl? That's what happens. Someone said getting messy early. Is it messy? I really feel like someone said you just be talking. Girl, no, girl. Here's the thing. Catch the tone, but I'm being so fucking for real right now. Do you hear me? I'm being so real right now. When I tell you that y'all are keep on talking to these black dudes, girl, and someone said Anwara for my first grandchild. I'll take it. Catch the white guys, girl. If you have braids and oversized eyeglasses right now, you need to be with a redhead. And that's on... I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned, girl. I'm gonna get banned. Okay, someone said my last name backwards for the girl name, Rana. Okay, y'all are creative and or dyslexic, but I live. Someone said say it. See, that's why y'all try to get me in trouble. Y'all try to get me in trouble, honey. Girl, I built up my this profile to 625,000 followers, girl. They kicked me off, girl. I go straight to 0. Green Tea Goody said, I can't afford to fly to Ireland, Scotland, but I love a redhead king. Girl, go to Boston. Closest thing. I won't say it, but I will type it into my notes app. Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, yes, girl. Mimi said, hell is hot, isn't it though? Someone said, yeah, friend, it's time to sleep. Okay, you guys. Um, I'm a mess, but I like to have fun. Here's the thing. Dating needs to be fun and engaging, and it doesn't have to be like a sob story or making you feel like a victim. Like, we get to have fun, we get to play, we get to learn, we get to heal, all of that. It's all very important. That's part of the process, it's part of the experience of being in my program. So, definitely, if I haven't offended you, and maybe I have for many of you all, definitely book a consultation call with me. A white man. Let's get you a great man, a corny man, a man that treats you like the queen that you are. That's what this is about at the end of the day. Yeah, that's what this is about. EJ said I could never be offended by the truth. Yes, honey, a boring man, girl. Yeah, Twana, thank you so much for the rose. Sparkly said, what if I want a Spanish poppy? They'll break your back and break your heart. Clock it. Spirit said, I'm going to the DR in August. I want to bring one home. Don't do it, girl. Any person that's dealt with a DR man from 90 Day Fiancé has wildly regretted it. It has never worked out. Korean man, they're not breaking anything. You won't even feel it. It's like a light switch. K-flop, not K-pop. Someone said they fell asleep on it on my Japanese man. Italian men, yes, girl. Yes, God. Someone said the straight face is sin to me. My face has never been straight, number one. People are saying that's tragic. What is tragic about it, girl? The men don't have it over there. They don't. What are we gonna do? El Salvadorian, one of the biggest. One of the biggest. I have to see if my husband's coming, girl. Now, you know I can't be talking all this shit, and he came out earlier because that meant, motherfucker, you're being too loud. Girl, I'm talking all this shit with you, girl. I'm waking up my husband. Husband. How about Bosnian? Well, they used to call them Bosnian Herzegovina, girl, because that's how long they were. Nicaraguans, long, girl. That whole region, Colombian, Nicaragua, Venezuela, Ecuador, El Salvador, it's the water, girl. Something in the water, girl. Pakistani. Pakistano. German. Yeah. I was about to say. Not the Third Reich. The 8th or 9th Reich. You know what I mean. Samoan. Biggest disappointment of the century. Never again. African American men, they used to be all packing. Now it's hit or miss, girl. Now it is like a third packing, a third mid, a third small. It used to be like 2/3 packing and then a third mid. I think it's that Flint water or something, girl. I don't know what it is. I think it's the diet. I think it's the plastics, girl. But it's shrinking our stuff up, honey. It's girl, with a black man from America, girl, you knew you were doing something like 20, 30 years ago. Now, you rolling dice, girl. You rolling die, girl. Yeah, honey, shrinkage. Just like when you dive in that pool, girl, and your hair shrinks, that's what these men are giving. Yeah, honey. It's sad. It's really sad, girl. People are telling me to stop. Why? It's the diets, girl. Someone said they need to eat more whole foods. Girl, they need to be eating more wholes for food. They're not going down the way that they used to. This is what I'm hearing, girl. You let me know if that's been your experience. I keep on hearing that the Nigerians and the Ghanaians and the Africans and the Jamaicans and the Haitians are not going down anymore because culturally that's not what they're doing. Girl, that's a lie. If any of those guys tell you that that's what they don't do, girl, please understand, they will eat everything. And the Haitians are the kinkiest. The kinkiest. Someone said, pardon? You heard me. Everything. They eat it all. So if any of those men say that they don't do it, they're a lie. They're hungry. They didn't eat enough growing up. Oxy said, as a Haitian woman, he is right. I know I'm right, girl. Thank you for the cosign, though. I appreciate that, sis. Don't believe them. Warrior XXX Princess at toss salad. Yep, girl, they eat it all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Joyce said, your clients tell all their business. Girl, we keep it confidential. We keep it cute. I don't use names, but I gotta know all the tea. But why do you think that my clients are telling me this? And you don't know that I have personally done the research to tell you all of this tea. Girl, forget what you heard, girl. I know you all think that a lot of these Africans, a lot of these Haitians and Jamaicans are really homophobic. You'd be surprised, girl. Clock that T. Yes, A. She said, it's okay. It's called data. Yes, ma'am. First person research, girl. They're not really, a lot of those men aren't really gay. They just want to get it in. I call them strays, straight gays. It's kind of like the military guys or the prisoners. There's just a hole there, right? It's not like they're like living for it. Anyway. Oh. Lawana said the tea is hot. Sometimes. All right, y'all. A. Neil said some strays like it in theirs, but not giving it. No, those are gay. Those guys are gay. Yeah, those guys are gay, girl. Those guys are gay. Gay. Yep. Those are the guys that probably might be into more trans women. Pre-op. Valana said, clock it. Y'all are gagging, but I'm being serious. This is not for your entertainment. I'm just giving you tea. Someone asked, do you have Middle Eastern clients? Yeah, I do. In Dubai, in London, in LA. Brandy said, how do you measure the D looking at a guy's hand? Go from the tip of the thumb to that wrist bone. That's how you figure it out, girl. Now, if that thumb is curved, he packing. Girl, he's packing. Packing. Yes, girl, the thumb. Curve, girl. He gonna hit the walls, girl. And anything else up in there, girl. Good luck. Yeah, honey, rearrangers, girl. You know when you've been on a flight, like, you know, to the Caribbean or the Northeast, and then you land and then you open that bin up ahead and then your stuff falls out? That's what those curved thumb men will do to you, honey. Someone said, tap my spine. Girl, touched your heart. Someone said, tell us where the treasure is. What treasure, girl? What treasure? Lemon said, what if he's small but I really like him? Get some toys. Go to KB Toy Store. Go to Toys R Us. Yeah? Picasso said, what did you say, girl? I know you're talking shit about me, girl. What did you say? I lost you, girl. After midnight, Anwar is here. Arrived. They said your videos have helped me so much. Love it. Pamela said, Anwar, you are looking naughty. Am I? Someone said Turkish men. Turkish men love black women. Love, 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 love. The only thing about Turkish men is that they're small. My first boyfriend was Turkish. And he was not giving what he was supposed to give. It's like this little clear nail polish. Can see right through it, girl. That's what it gave. They're not packing. I wish they were, because then they would be perfect. I know. Everyone's saying no. Yes. Simple said, it's translucent too. Might as well, Ben, girl. I didn't see it. Yeah. Might as well. Didn't see it, didn't feel it, girl. Thought it was Helen Keller up in this bitch. M said, are you married? Yes, girl. Married with children, girl, like Al Bundy, honey. Yeah, I couldn't speak it, girl. Couldn't taste it either. Someone said, not Stevie Wonder, can't see nothing. Girl, Stevie can see something, honey. Glamour said, who's packing the foot-long subs? Jamaicans and Haitians. Colombians. Dominicans. For sure. The Dutch. If you wanna go to Subway and you want some of the lighter, whiter meat, the Dutch. Reset, y'all want a foot log, and then did this one emoji. Yeah, the Germans too. Some of the French can give it, girl. African men, not all of the Nigerians are packing, but the ones that are, like that. It's big. It's big. Someone said that's too much. Someone said not the visuals. Not the shake. Yeah, honey. Gives me the shakes. I don't know about you, but sometimes when it's too big, girl, my legs they'll quiver like this, girl. The girls who know. If you don't, girl, then you never had it, honey. You never had it. Someone said, I'm trying to know. If you don't know by now, you'll never. Ooh. Yeah, honey. You got the shakes, girl. The shakes. All right, honey. I need to go to bed, honey, obviously. Hot-ass mess for no reason. Yes, honey, sometimes it's so good you will tell a man that you're in love with him. And in that moment you are. It's not a lie. Jay has said this convo is too much for my celibate journey. Girl, your celibate journey needed this conversation. No shade, girl. Please, girl, don't give me that celibate mess. Someone said, what's your opinion on celibacy? I don't know that girl. I don't even know how to spell her. I respect her, but I don't know her. She sounds like a nice lady. I don't know if I could go clubbing with her, but yeah. Someone said they don't want to know her. Someone said I met her on accident. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. All right, my loves. We had a little bit of fun tonight, but if you do want to do this work a little bit more seriously, definitely book a consultation call. The link is in my bio. Thank you so much for the 90,000 hearts and likes. I appreciate the love and the support and the following. I will continue to do what I can to talk about as much D as possible because apparently y'all girls can't get enough of it. Get out of the gutter, ladies. And be well. I will talk with you all soon enough. Alrighty? All right. Bye-bye.